This week's recipe demo is
Parsnip Lasagna. This is a parsnip.
And that is going to be lasagna.
Can they see that? It's gonna be lasagna. So let's get started. First thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make sure you have all of your ingredients, because lasagna kind of goes in layers. You want all the layers ready. So we got a lot of layers going on. So
Spread them out.
let's get it
Get
done.
organized.
So we're gonna do parsnips.
Number one.
Number one. So the parsnip is going to make kind of like a mash, and it's going to be layered. So you're just going to want to cut the parsnip, and then you're going to boil it for 3 to 5 minutes. Peter's just going to show you what a slice could look like. Ta-da! And if you haven't had parsnips before, they're a root vegetable. They taste really similar to potatoes, but with like kind of like this funky, earthy flair. They're good. I like them.
You don't see them in a lot of recipes, but they do have their place.
They do, yes. Okay, so we have our parsnips already cooked, so we're gonna put them into the food processor. So, Pete, you want to scoop them in?
Yep.
And while Peter does that, I also have some garlic cloves that we're gonna put in there. I like to put the garlic at the bottom of the food processor to make sure it gets chopped up. And then what else are we gonna put in there? We're gonna put in some fresh rosemary.
So you want to cook your parsnips until you can just barely pierce them with a fork.
Yes, great tip.
Not too overcooked.
Yep. Or too hard.
Yeah, not too hard either.
We don't like
Because you want them to blend up.
And we're gonna keep going, keep filling this food processor up.
Oops.
Sorry. Okay, and then we're also gonna put some onion in there with it too. Onion. What's nice about this is if you didn't have rosemary, but you had like some fresh basil, you could put that in here, or some sage would be really nice.
Yeah, whatever seasonings you have on hand.
A few more. I was just thinking carrots might be nice with this too.
Yeah, because parsnips and carrots are pretty similar.
Maybe like 2 more, and we will be ready to go. Alright, beautiful. Okay, so we are going to add some water, but we're going to give it the first initial process. Okay, so now you're going to want to like stir it up a little bit. It's getting like really like nice and mashed. You're going to stir it up.
Kind of looks like mashed potatoes.
Add a little bit of water. And then blend it up again. So good. Alright, so let's check it and see.
Okay.
You don't want any big chunks, but if you're like...
It wouldn't be the end of the world if you did.
if you're not like super picky, we're kind of at that point where we eat anything that's like healthy and tastes good. We don't really have texture issues, but if you are sensitive to texture, make sure it's really blended. But this is totally fine. And it's so good. I just want to eat it. I'll resist. Okay, so this is going to be part of our lasagna. Another part is a tahini and miso mixture. So you're just going to want to mix the two, 2 parts tahini to 1 part miso, and you're going to make a sauce in the food processor. We sped it up and we kind of did it already. And it's really thick, and you're just going to kind of spoon it on in places. And it's going to act as kind of like the richness lasagna has. Kind of like the cheesy, like really hearty filling heat you up.
Yeah, it really completes it, and it rounds out the whole thing.
And because you guys know we love vegetables, we're also going to put some zucchini in between. We've done zucchini lasagna in the past, but this time we're going to use real noodles.
Enter the noodles.
And so we have some noodles. We got kind of some interesting stuff going on here. Peter decided to pick them out himself.
I did. I was shopping today at the store, and I was just like, I was not being a conscious shopper, and I just totally went for a box which look like the same rice noodles that we got last time, but these are made with white rice, and they kind of fell apart when we were pre-cooking them. And so don't get the white rice noodles. Make sure you check it out. Get the brown rice noodles. The flavor's better, the consistency's better. They're not going to get soggy, and like you don't want white rice anyway. So we're going to eat it tonight because we're pretty hungry. But
not the ones we would normally choose. Brown rice is definitely the preferred.
yeah. So when we're laying out the noodles and stuff in this lasagna,
They're a little crazy.
they're a little bit crazy. So it's going to be kind of like more like a casserole, but like that's kind of what lasagna is, you know. But
They're gonna be fine.
when you make it, it's going to be beautiful.
Okay. So we are going to use jarred sauce just because it's quicker. And this one actually is a really good one. It's all organic. There's no preservatives in it. It's definitely one that I approve. But you could totally make your own if you have time, or if this is for like a big family get together. So now the next step is just like doing the layers.
Yes.
So we're going to do a little bit of sauce.
Start off with sauce. Doing sauce first is good because then you don't get it like stuck to the bottom. It'll kind of stick to the sides a little bit, but the bottom would be good to not have it get stuck to.
Alright, and then you can do the noodles. I like to break mine up or cut them. I'm using my hands right now, but I like to break them up so that they fit nicely in the dish. So we're using the Pyrex. If you have a bigger casserole dish, then that's fine. Okay. And then we're gonna do some of these guys. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going at it. And you're just gonna kind of layer them on top of the noodles. Right? Smells so good. So you get that all smoothed out, right? Really nicely. And then you're gonna do the tahini mixture. And this is pretty thick. So I like to just do it in like little drops, or like a thin like line.
Yeah, it won't be perfect. The perfectionist in me would want to try and make it just this perfect, even coating, but the little droplets are okay because as it all cooks together and you're ultimately eating it, it's just like, it just works.
It works.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't have to be perfect.
And like, if you're a perfectionist and you have a lot of time, you could totally make this perfect, right?
You could.
Woo!
But it would probably taste the same.
It would probably taste the same. Alright, so I got that down. And now we're gonna do what next?
So now it looks like we need some veggies on
Yeah.
here.
So we're gonna do these guys.
Yep.
Zucchini.
You can also layer in some seasonings.
Yes, maybe we'll do that on top of the zucchini.
Do that on top. You can do it on top of, we do it on top of the sauce. So you can do that second, or you can do it on top of the veggies, which we're going to do here in a second.
What's cool about lasagna too is, I never really knew this until I started cooking, but you can put anything in it. You can put any vegetables in any order. Like, who says that the sauce has to go on bottom? Like, it works, but like, maybe I just want all the sauce on the very top, you know, in this big dish.
Yeah, or maybe you just want all the noodles just in one corner. No, that doesn't make sense. That
Or
would be
maybe you want
lasagna.
extra garlic. I do. So we're gonna do garlic. You wanna do that one? He's gonna do some basil.
Some basil.
I'm gonna do oregano. Crazy. Get it in there. Right. Whoa. It's gonna be good, guys.
It's a lot of basil.
It's gonna be good. Okay, so more sauce. Right?
Okay, a little bit more sauce, and then we're going to do a couple more layers.
Probably just one more layer and then top it with sauce.
Okay. So we just finished with our final layer of veggies and seasonings. Now what we're going to do is we're going to complete it. Wow, we're really high up on here.
I don't know how it's gonna work.
We're maxing it out, so we might have to kind of. Oh, nice. Sarah's doing the old squish down. So we're gonna cover it now with like a final layer of sauce. You have sauce on the bottom, sauce on the top, like a big lasagna sandwich.
You guys, this is so delicious and
man.
so filling and super easy.
So here we go. So final layer.
I don't think lasagna ever looked and tasted so good.
Oh yeah.
And was so easy.
We also did good with the sauce this time because last time we made this, we put too much sauce down below and then we didn't really have enough for the top. strategy.
Or are you like a sauce on top kind of guy?
I'm a sauce on top kind of guy.
I like my sauce in the middle.
Mm.
I'm a middle sauce kind of lady.
I remember having frozen lasagnas when I was a kid, and the cheese in the middle, like it was just like it was too like dense in the middle, and I like sauce in the middle. It was just like this real thick cheese, and yeah, it was definitely I like it throughout, but when it's on top, it kind of spreads down below. Okay, so we're gonna put on top some fresh arugula here.
Yes. If we had basil, if it was basil season, we were making this, we would use that. Even though I did see basil at the grocery store, so we could have.
Yeah, well, we're seeing a lot of basil from greenhouses now.
Yes.
Grown hydroponically, so it doesn't just have to be in season for you to use it now.
So, but arugula works well, and spinach and tatsoi, those are all greens that work. And these will get soft and blend in. You could skip it, but why not add a little more greens?
Yes.
All right, and then
There
bake
you
it.
go.
Without that.
There you go.
All
So
right.
it's that easy.
So we have this thing that's so full, and I'm going to be really careful putting it in the oven. And I'm going to bake this for 30 minutes at 350. So, hasta la vista again. Oh, wait. Oops.
So we are going to go throw this in the oven, but we're going to tell you a couple reasons why you should make this recipe.
So then you guys can go throw it in the oven right now, too. You don't have to wait for it to be done, right?
Yeah, first reason is that you're not going to miss the cheese. You notice that we didn't put any cheese in here. You didn't put any ricotta. I don't know about you. I never liked ricotta in lasagna anyways, but like the miso is phenomenal, especially paired with parsnip. And how, just parsnip in general, like great combination.
Yeah, and going on with that one is number 2 reason is it's a parsnip recipe. Sometimes parsnips can be hard to use, and this is such a great way to use up your parsnips. We use 2 big old parsnips in this recipe, so.
And our third reason is kind of like bridging those first two, is that it's totally original. How many parsnip lasagnas have you ever seen? It's super awesome, super delicious. It's going to be hard to wait 30 to 40 minutes for this to be done, but it's going to be so worth it.
Alright guys, so go make this and tell us how it went. I know you're going to like it.
So thank you so much for joining us.